Joining us now is Dr. Lauren Wright, Associate Research Scholar and Lecturer at Princeton University. Always great to have you on the program. Welcome back.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, good to see you. All right, so when we take a look at what's going on this weekend, obviously a lot of big things going on. How key is President Trump's support to securing any deal between Russia and Ukraine? Many people say, you know, if they don't have his support, then it's not going to happen.
I agree with that. He's really the one keeping this deal somewhat on the tracks, definitely the one keeping it on Americans' radar and on the world stage. And so I do think he's essential at both bringing together both sides and drawing attention to the issue. Because if the president's not drawing attention to it, Americans focus on other things, which is understandable, certainly. But it's a crucial issue for American interests, for security in Europe. And it's great of him to keep it on the radar. He needs to keep doing that.
Yeah, we've had our cameras in Canada as well, been watching Zelensky talking with the Canadian Prime Minister. So we're watching a lot of moving parts today. Another topic I want to ask you about is about this Venezuelan-linked oil tanker that's more than 6 days into being chased by U.S. authorities through the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, it's been a pretty dramatic video. It was sanctioned for allegedly shipping oil to U.S. designated terrorist organizations. And then last weekend, the vessel made this big U-turn instead of allowing crews to board, and now it's racing away from Venezuela at full speed. So when you take a look at that, how do you think this latest incident impacting the ongoing feud with Venezuela and arguments that critics are making that this is a wasteful and possibly illegal operation? What do you make of what we're seeing here?
Well, you know, I try to think of it from a nonpartisan standpoint, and it is hard not to reach the conclusion that perhaps under a different administration, like Obama did for Libyan rebels, for instance, when they seized an oil tanker back in 2012, you might reach a different conclusion than critiquing these things. But of course, they are very expensive. There's not a lot of intelligence. There's not a lot of information being shared with the American public. But in general, foreign relations, national defense, these are the areas where the president gets the biggest buffer from the American public. He needs to do a much better job, though, explaining why these efforts are in Americans' interest. What is the threat posed to us? And what's the end goal? Because, of course, these tankers are involved in nefarious affairs. They're sanctioned tankers, as you just mentioned. They are probably funding terrorist activities around the globe. But that doesn't mean that the administration shouldn't go absolutely up to the point it can to share information with the American public. Because you know, there is a case to be made that these terrorist organizations that the administration is fighting, when they end up here on U.S. soil, they sow chaos. They do terrible things. And of course, in Venezuela, horrible things are happening to civilians. The human trafficking alone involves hundreds of thousands of people, and it's a Maduro-sanctioned activity. And so between that, the drugs, and the other horrific things happening in that country, you can make the case that you don't want these things reaching U.S. soil, but the administration really isn't doing that. They need to do better on the communications.
Wow. Yeah, you know, another topic for focus for the president this weekend is Nigeria. That's another big story that we're following. The U.S. working with the Nigerian government to strike ISIS militant camps amid all these claims of Christian persecution. So I'm just wondering your take on this. You know, how is American military action in Nigeria impacting Trump's standing with his base, especially those concerned that he's not focused enough on issues here at home?
Well, I think that's a pretty tough concern. I mean, the president going after ISIS, as again, Obama did, Biden continued those efforts. I mean, this is an organization that is dedicated to destroying the Western way of life. Christianity, yes, but also dedicated to hurting as many people as possible around the world that don't sign on to their terrorist charter. And so it's a pretty rational initiative to make sure that the threat is minimized. But again, you can share more information with Americans who probably aren't paying much attention to these things. Their day-to-day concerns, the economy, paying for their kids, paying for healthcare, paying for food. Those are things in your face every day. But it is the president's job to explain how many threats there are to Americans and our allies around the world, And ISIS is not gone. It's still operating, and he needs to explain why it's in our interest to eradicate that threat wherever it is.
All right, we're going to follow it all and have you back on the program, Dr. Lauren Wright. Thank you very much for being with us.
Laura.
We appreciate it.